It's like they keep trying to blue ball their audience with something good, and then when the ending comes, it's the most disappointing thing you can ever imagine. I am talking about Opus. This is by director Mark Anthony Green. It looks like this is actually one of his first filmographies, so it's actually pretty exciting. Starring Ayo Edebiri as Ari and John Malkovich as Alfred. Overall, what is the story? A young writer travels to a remote compound of a pop star who has gone missing for 30 years. However, things are not what they seem, and she finds herself surrounded by a cult of journalists who worship said celebrity. Let's get into some of the positives about this movie. The acting is actually pretty good, especially by the main actress Ayo. I did not have a problem with her acting at all. The same goes for John Malkovich. He knocked it out of the park. He was fantastic. Every time he was on screen, it would take your attention towards him, but also have this weird effect that when he was talking to the main protagonist, he had like this calming feeling, which is, you know, kind of like what the movie's going for, being as this is kind of like a cult and it looks like he is the cult leader. The look of this movie is really cool. I really appreciate all the colors, kind of like the muted colors, kind of like a retro look to it. Very, very interesting. It looked very, very well done. No CGI that I noticed. The set designs looked really cool. Overall, it does seem like there is talent behind the camera. So I'm pretty excited for this director's future works. And the concept of the story is interesting in the way, like, I don't know if you guys know that there has been like Hollywood celebrity cults in the past, and I don't know if there's like one still active now, but it's like very creepy, but it also gives you like a very interesting concept to go along with, you know, like these journalists being enamored by this celebrity, therefore they just keep, like, I don't know, writing good stories about this person, but kind of keeping in the back of their mind that this person is actually not a good person to be following. First 30 minutes of this movie started off really, really strong, and I was having a really good time. However, this is where we're gonna get into the negatives, is that this movie got old and boring real quick for one reason and one reason only. This concept of this girl going to this place and then kind of things not really being what they seem, everything and everyone is acting very weird, kind of culty behavior. This has already been done in a much more efficient and honestly better way. And I'm talking about Midsummer, I'm talking about Get Out, The Menu even, if you want to call that. I mean, it's been done before and it suffers from that, like, we kind of seen this before, so I kind of know where this is going. Yeah, I kind of figured out where the movie was going really quick when the movie just started, to be honest with you. A lot of plot holes. I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but there is a lot of plot holes as to why this person has so much control over all these people. Like, you know, that's just one of the plot holes. And unfortunately, in the ending, they don't patch any of them up. The ending doesn't stick the landing. It was quite boring and very predictable, to be honest. Very disappointing, anticlimactic. This movie suffers from what a lot of the previous movies that I've seen suffer from, which is where the concept is way better than the actual execution of the movie. The movie failed to immerse me. Like, I looked at the actress and I just didn't connect with her. Like, this is not to say the actress was the problem. No, it's just her character, the way she was written. I didn't really connect with this person. Like, who is she? Who, you know, like, I felt a disconnect. And that goes to all the characters too. Even the minor ones of these B-list actors, they did a great job, like, sort of acting, but I just never felt a connection to any of them. So when the killings started happening, I was just like, oh yeah, he died. And I was like, well, move on to the next. Oh, that's right, the dialogue. The dialogue was just not as great, guys. The dialogue had a few issues. there's a few that I was just like, what'd she say? There were some horror thriller things thrown in there. Unfortunately, because there was no depth to a lot of the characters, again, I didn't really care that they were in danger, so those kind of horror thriller scenes didn't really have an effect on me. And of course the occasional like jump scare, like it's not really scary, it's just you're startling me, but whatever. The music is actually memorable in this movie. The music is actually very memorable in this movie. But I'm sorry to say that I am gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10, unfortunately. I do look forward to this director's future projects because, like I said, there does seem to be a lot of talent behind the camera, so I look forward to his filmography. But for now, this was just like, oh yeah, it's a good movie, but frankly, I'm gonna forget about it in a week. Okay, guys, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Leave them down in the comment section below. I will be checking out Snow White. It's gonna be dropping this week. If I survive, wish me luck. But if you don't, oh god.